どうも、かに座の人です。ファイナルファンタジー16続きをやっていきたいと思います。お願いいたします。はい。というわけでですね、本日も Twitch にてファイナルファンタジー16の続きでございます。本日は11月の2日土曜日でございますね。はい、もうすでに土曜日、11月となっておりますと。はい。さあ、まあ、ここはちょっと雑談的なところですが、先日金曜日はですね、まあ、いつもならファイナルファンタジー16実況しているわけでございますが、先日の金曜日は現在絶賛プレイ中というか、はい、テスト中のモンスターハンターワイルズを、実況しておりました。でですね、動画の方も、まあ、この後本日の9時頃に編集版で投稿されるかと思います。もしよければですね、そっちの方も見ていただけると嬉しいです。はい。あとですね、まあちょっと私事というか、かに座の人、本日は東京は中野にある、中野のなんか公園かな、なんか森林公園みたいなところで開催されておりました焼き芋フェスというところに行ってみました。はい。まあいろんなね、焼き芋を楽しめる、まあ、出店があって、かついろんなさつまいもを使ったね、料理、はい、というのが楽しめるフェスでございました。はい。で、まあね、2種類ほど焼き芋を食べて、まあ食べ比べたって言えばいいのかな。はい。食べたんですけどもね、なんかね、初めて蜜芋というかね、中に蜜がぎっしりというか、もうね、皮の外まで蜜が、はい、染み出しているような焼き芋も食べてみたんですけども、いや、甘かった。めちゃくちゃ甘かった。で、まあね、やっぱ、まあ、物は試しでね、食べてはみたんですけども、やっぱね、焼き芋はね、個人的にはね、ホクホクとしたね、はい、焼き芋が好きだなっていうのを感じました。蜜芋はね、こう、しっとりとはしているんですけども、やっぱ個人的にはホクホクとね、していたものの方が、なんかこう、食感的にもね、あとね、そんなに甘すぎてもね、やっぱり、なんか年を取ったせいかこうね、甘すぎるのもね、どうかなっていうところでございました。はい、なんでね、適度に甘さがあって、ホクホクとした焼き芋が、また今度食べられればいいかなと思いました。はい。まあね、蜜芋は蜜芋で、美味しいは美味しいんですけどもね。はい。よいしょ。はい。でですね、本日飲むお酒でございますが、本日ね、なんかちょっと手違いというか、先にセッティングしてしまったんですけども、本日はサッポロビールのサッポロラガービールでございます。はい。こちらね、まあ、ファンというか、通称赤星と呼ばれるね、はい、名称がついている札幌の本当になんか昔からあるようなビールみたいでございます。はい。札幌といえばね、黒ラベルっていうのが有名ではございますが、こちらの札幌の赤星、ラガービール、こちらはですね、生ビールではなく熱処理をしたビールでございます。はい。なんで生ビールではございません。はい。他のメーカーで言うと、キリンのラガービールは生ビールなんですけども、キリンのクラシックラガーなんかはね、この熱処理ビールに該当するビールでございますので、あっちもね、昔ながらのビールというところでございます。はい。では早速、この赤星札幌ラガービールグラスに注いでいきたいと思います。よいしょ。 さあ、どんな味わいでしょうか。生ビールと違った味わい。熱処理をね、しているならではの味わいというのがあるのでしょうが、果たして。こちらね、裏面にデザインが見えてしまってるんですけども、あんた飛ばしすぎグラスで本日は飲んでいきたいと思います。はい。というわけで、飲み物の用意ができましたので乾杯したいと思います。こちらの配信動画をご覧いただいている方もよければですね、アルコール、ノンアルコール、ソフトドリンクなど用意していただいて、一緒に乾杯してくれると嬉しいです。それでは今日も一日お疲れ様です。乾杯。あ、美味しいじゃないですか。はいはいはい。やっぱり生ビールではない分熱処理をしているというところで、フレッシュさっていうところはないのかもしれないんですが、その分味わいのコクというか骨格がしっかりと出ている気がしますね。はい。熱処理ビールっていうのはね、一般的にはというか厚みが出ると言われているらしいんですけども、やっぱり、そういった評価の通りですね。苦味もしっかりとありながら厚みがあるような、はい、味わいでございます。もしよければですね、はい、こういった熱処理のビール、札幌のラガービールとか、キリンのクラシックラガーなどですね、もし見かけましたら飲んでみてはいかがでしょうか。はい。というわけで、では、ちょっと画面の方を、よいしょ。いつも通りの場所に持っていきまして、よいしょ、ビールもついでおこうかな。本日ロング缶なんですよね。あとね、裏面のパッケージデザインもね、なかなかおしゃれな感じでございます。はい。じゃあ早速やっていきましょう。1週間ぶりかな。はい。というわけで、前回でございますが、前回は、タイタンを倒したところだっけ？どこだったっけ？どんな感じだったっけかな？はいはいですね。はい。前回は、フーゴ。はい。タイタンのドミナントのフーゴ。タイタン3連戦でございましてね。はい。そちらを倒しまして、隠れ家に帰還したクライブでございました。さあ、そのタイタンを倒した後、別の場面では、なんと、バハムートのドミナントディオンと、フェニックスのドミナントクライブの弟のジョシュアがついに、はい、開校いたしましたが、さあその先一体何を話すのやらというところでございました。はい、では早速続きでオットに話をかけていくというところからでございます。さあジルも揃っていて。
You're back. I am. And with glad tidings for once. Hugo Kupka is no more. Well, I'll be.
アジトの仇は撃ったっていうかね。ですね。はい、隠れ家の仇は撃ちました。
I expect that was your doing as well, was it?
It's a long story.
One for the history.
まあね、マザークリスタルもね、棚ぼたっていうわけではないけども、成り行きで破壊しましたね。
You look better.
I feel it.
お、ジルは大丈夫そうなんですかな。はい。いても立ってもいられないっていう感じですね。
Otto. Any word on the royalist
そうそう。
movements since I've been away?
フーゴを撃った後ね、ウォールードの
Feet up.
王様も出てきましたからね。
Really want to know. Go and have a word with Vivian. Thank you. I will.
さあ、じゃあ続いてはビビアンに話を聞いてみましょう。
Ah, the conquering hero returns. And with hardly a scratch on him.
I may have picked up one or two.
Well, the fact that you came straight to me instead of visiting our resident
気
physiker
づいた。
suggests that you picked up something more important. A scent. The scent of
ああ、
Wuludas.
王国の不穏な動き。
But whatever plans Kupka was hatching with the royalists, he took them to his grave, as did his men, slaughtered by the orcs who'd taken over the
そうで
farm.
すね。ドレイク・ファングは
Vivian,
オーク族の手
I've
引
never
き、
seen
手引きという
such
かね、
creatures in storm before. The Waludas must
い
have
るは
felled
ず
them
のない
from
オー
ash.
ク族がいましたからね。
Why work to rescue Kupka only to invade his home, the mother crystal of an allied nation, and let both fall? It makes no sense.
Do you know the tale of the blind men and the adamantus? One can often be led astray by focusing too closely on individual details. One must instead see the bigger
はい
picture.
はい。
And what bigger
一度、ウ
picture
ォ
is
ール
there
ド王
than
国
my
を
map?
おさらい。
The kingdom of Wulud
灰の
claims
大陸の覇者、ウ
dominion
ォー
over
ルド
all
王
of
国。
Ash. It is a nation forged by the bloody conquest of Barnabas Tharm, the dominant
そも
of
そも
Odin.
大陸がね、違うん
The
ですよね。
Kandarian War of Independence in 849. The Battle of the Twin Realms in 865. The Battle of Belinus Tor in 873. Wheresoever his armies fought, Odin was found where the fighting was fiercest. But of late, the warrior king appears to have laid his sword to rest.
不気味なほどの沈黙。
Battle rages for control of the crystalline dominion.
ああ、そういえば同盟国としてダルメキアがいても支援はしていない。
Meanwhile, the blight ravages great swathes of
ああ、
ash.
黒の一帯の侵食が激し
Yet
い。
warlike Wulud shows not the faintest interest in laying claim to untouched lands. So why go to the trouble of sending an army of orcs into the heart of Drake's Fang, only to make no attempt to claim the mother crystal for Wulud? It can hardly be for lack of men. Tharm's armies rival any in the
うー
Twins.
ん。
No. We have not seen the last of the Wuluda standard.
軍は
Odin will ride again.
強いまま。
It is
う
but a
ん。
question of
不気味
when.
ですね。
And on that day, who will be trampled underfoot? In summary, I know not to what end the royalists betrayed Kupka. I know only that it is part of some broader scheme. A scheme tied to the ambitions of one man.
King Barnabas.
But there is no need to wallow
お、
in
朗報があ
confusion.
る。
If one is to cure a sickness, one must first identify the symptoms. And your Lord
お
Uncle
ー、
has
バイデンおじ
volunteered
さん
to
が
do just that by keeping an eye on the
探っ
royalists'
てくれていた。
movements.
さすがおじさんだぜ。
He's really throwing himself into this.
Indeed he is. Which means all that remains for us to do is await his reports. Well, not quite all in your case. The people of the hideaway must hear the news. Justice has been done. Hugo Kupka is dead. The wounds he left that night are still raw.
ああ、そうです
Especially
ね。
for
確か
those who
に
lived with Sid the longest. Tell them
使徒の
that
隠れ
those
家が
wounds might
隠れ家
finally
から開い
begin
た
to heal. Consider
人た
it
ち
the
にとっては
price
ね
of。today's
うん。
instruction.
I've never known you to be sentimental.
What can I say? I am only human. And we are, all of us, sentimental animals at heart.
I suppose we are. Very well. I'll go and spread the word.
はい、じゃあそしたらカローン、ブラックソーン、ハルポクラテスにフーゴを撃ったことを伝えていきましょう。じゃあまずはハルポクラテスからいこうかな。
Clive, have you come seeking the gift of knowledge?
ハルポクラテス、
To share my
フーゴを撃ったぞ。
Hugo Kupka is dead.
Oh my.
ハルポクラテスも
Look, he's crying.
なかなか感慨深いものがあるか。
Big baby.
And with good reason, children. These are tears
ああ、
of
そうです
joy.
ね。こ
We
の
must
子
offer
た
up a
ち
prayer to
の
your parents
両
that
親
the
も
heavens might weep with us. There shall be no lessons today, only thanksgiving
フーゴの
and
ね
merrymaking.
兵たちに
Put away
やら
your
れて
things.
しまった被害者ですからね。
Brilliant.
Finally, a new dawn has broken.
It has.
Thank you, Clive. I cannot wait to share the good news.
Hippocrates.
ああ、そういえばね、アルティマとも、はい、
Ultima.
5年ぶりにね。
To me. I need to know what he is. Have you learned anything?
ハルポクラテスの方でも古文書を解読はしているものの
Not for want of trying.
、
I have scoured nigh every
特に
historical
成果
tome
は
in
な
our
い
collection
か。
and found nothing. Not even the sort of conspicuous absence that might suggest a concealment of fact.
ああ、そもそ
One
も
is
そんな
almost tempted to
文
conclude
献な
that
ど
such a creature never existed.
ない。
But I saw him. With my own eyes.
I don't doubt that you did. Alas, it seems you are the only one who has. To others, he reveals naught. We see only that which he leaves in his wake, like some terrible
ある
force
種
of
の
nature beyond
災
the
い。
ken of mortal man.
A bringer of death.
Whether the Ultima you met with was the being itself, or merely another projection of its power, I know not. But until I do, my investigations shall continue.
Thank you. It means a lot.
はい、まあね、アルティマについてはね、謎が深まるばかりでございます。さあさあ、じゃあ続いてはカローンに伝えてあげようかな。
Thanks to Sid.
Well, someone looks pleased with himself.
やったよ、カローンさ
True
ん。
what I'm hearing then.
Nothing escapes you, Lady Karen. It's true. Kupka is dead.
No more looking over our shoulders then. Good. I'm starting to get a crick in my neck. Don't let it go to your head though.
ああ、もう終わりか。オッケーオッケー。じゃあ、ブラックソーンにも。
Blackthorn. Do you have a moment?
What is it? I'm busy.
I wanted to tell you that Hugo Kupka is dead.
I can't tell you.
ああ、なかなか、ブラックソーンも目元がだいぶ。
This is it then. A new beginning under a new Sid.
I'll try to live up to the name.
はい、これで
Right. Let's see if Otto has anything else
か
for
つ
me.
てシドの隠れ家に昔からいた人たちには報告が完了いたしました。
I'm telling you, it's true.
さあ、再度オットーに 話を聞いていきましょう。
We're seeing troops amassing.
You barely sat down since you came home. Vivian got you running errands or something? Just spreading the word.
さあ続いては何か目標、次の
So, the professor's got a soft side, has she?
マザークリスタルとかあるのかな？
No. She was right, though. Everyone was glad to hear the news. Ah, but you ain't told everyone. I can think of plenty of friends back at the old
Ah,
hideaway who'd sleep
come
more
on,
peacefully for knowing. Not least of all Sid. You should tell him.
なるほどね。
You're right. I should.
でもシドの墓場っていうのはどこなんだ？
When you do,
ああ、娘も。
she's been going at it hammer and tongs down in that workshop of hers, trying to do her father proud. I can't remember the last time she visited the old sod's grave. Very well. I'll suggest it.
さあじゃあそしたらミドと話す。ミドを連れてシドの墓場に、シドとか他の仲間たちのお墓に報告しに行くのかな？
If I don't come up with something soon.
All right, Clive? What do you want?
I'm going to visit Sid, and I thought you might like to come with me.
Sorry, I'm too busy for all that right
ああ、そ
now.
んなこと言うなよミド。
Gotta get this thermal displacement stack sorted.
Thermal.
Displacement stack. Here.
And this is for...
船？
Only the fastest,
お
finest ship the
ー、エン
world
タ
has
ー
ever
プラ
seen.
イズ。
The Enterprise.
あ
Me and my dad
あ、
designed it together. Where other vessels rely on the fickle winds to drive them
ミ
through
ス
the
リル
water,
機関。
ours is fitted with mithril engines. And those things have got more push than a behemoth in a bad mood. And more heat than all the hells put
はあ
together.
はあ、そのための排熱。
Which is where the
Mhm.
stack comes in. I may have already talked some tight-lipped shipwrights into putting the hull together for me in a little dockyard in Canva. But the stack's a bit more involved, so I'm building it here. Thing is, it's so involved that I'm running behind and it's starting to hold things up over at the shipyard.
そんな計画が
I'll
ね
come and see my dad, though, when I'm done. Whenever that is.
進んでいるとは。
Is there anything I can do to help?
Good old Clive. I were hoping you'd say that. First things first, I need some parts making.
なんか
The stack will
す
be
っ
made
か
up
り
of
お
three
使い
major
モードだな。
components. There's the plating, here, that channels hot vapors away from the
ミス
engine.
リルの鎧。
The helm over the top, that disperses all that heat
ミ
into
ス
the
リル
air.
の兜。
And the shielding around the sides. That stops the rest of the
ミ
ship
ス
from
リ
going
ル
up in
の
flames.
盾。
A full suit of armor, then. Probably best to take it one piece at a time.
Then you'll need to start with the plating. Everything else fits onto it. I've got the designs and the list of materials here. Show these to Blackthorn. He'll know what to do.
I can't make head nor tail of them.
Luckily, you don't need to.
はい、というわけで何やらミドが新しいね高速船を作っている最中とのことで、それを完成させるための部品をねまたお使いで持ってこいと。はい、じゃあとりあえずまたブラックソンに話をかけていきますか。
We're seeing troops amassing.
Blackthorn, can I ask a favor?
Out with it.
It's for Mid.
This my last chance to say I'm otherwise engaged.
確かに。
Spare myself the arseache. Go on then. What is it this time?
She said you would know. Here.
排熱装置というかミスリルの鎧か。それを作れってことか。
Krieger's Tates. Well, I don't know what the hell you'd want this for, but I can make it. Won't be easy though. And I'll need help. Get Gav and Otto in here, will you?
オットとガブ。はいはいはい。何をさせるつもりなんだ？
So Mid's roped us all in here again, has she? Typical. Still, if that's what it takes to get her to visit Sid's grave, I'll do what I can.
And, what is it we need to do, exactly?
Take a look at this.
お使い。
It's this plating. The usual sword grade steel won't work. We need something that can get very hot.
まあミスリルっていうぐらいですからね。鉄じゃダメでしょう。
An alloy. Something that won't break or buckle at a temperature
独自
she's
の
talking
鉄。
about. Which is where you lot come in.
ブラクソン鋼鉄。
And I've got my work cut out already. You'll have to fetch them. Now, there's a special kind of sand I'm after that you can only find out in the Velcroy.
星のくず。
Stardust, they
ほ
call
う
it.
ほうほう。
As for the rest of the stuff, my usual supply should have it in stock. It just needs buying and bringing back here.
Well, we'll get it done quicker if we split up. One of us should probably give you an hand collecting the sand.
And the other can go and get the rest from this supplier.
Right then.
Well, make your minds up who's going where. We can get this over with.
どっちと行くか決める？なんかそういう分岐があるんだ。へえ。
You going after the Stardust then, are you? Which one of these two lucky souls is going with you?
なんだその分岐。何が影響するかわかんないけど、まあ、とりあえずガブと行くか。
Gav, you're with me.
All right then. So, where do we find this Stardust stuff?
There's a river that runs through the southern reaches of the Velcroy.
南ベルクロイ砂漠。川岸。なるほどね。
Southern reaches of the Velcroy, eh? That's down past Alamil. I'll go and scout the place out. See about hiring us a wagon to bring the stuff back to.
All right. I'll meet you by the river. While you're off having a paddle, I'll pick up the rest of your stuff.
ああ、お
from
っと、
Blackthorn's
そっちの
supply.
買い付けは頼んだ
Take
ぜ。
care.
You two, eh? Don't go letting them fleece ya.
Fleece me. I'd like to see him try.
確かにオットーの方が交渉は向いてそうだけどな。
Your own time.
よし、そしたら、南ベルクロイ砂漠に行きましょうか。こっちから行った方が近いのかな？さあ、ダリミル宿場からこっちに行って、ああ、ここですね。はいはいはいはい。川岸にあるとのことなので。
Where's Gav?
お、あっちか。待たせたな、ガブ。
Sorry to keep you, Gav.
Better late than never. I've had a quick scout about, and I reckon round here's our best bet if we want to grab as much of this Stardust stuff as we can. Don't know what Blackthorn's planning to do with it though. I asked over in Dalamil, and they seem to think it was
はあはあはあ、
worthless.
火事に使うには不向
But
き。
if Stardust is what Blackthorn wants, Stardust is what he'll get.
へ
There's
え、
plenty
そ
of
れ
this
をあ
stuff
えて
lying
使うん
about
だ。
just begging to be
なるほど。
bagged.
Then let's get bagging, shall we?
We shall. Race ya.
さあ、じゃあ拾っていくっていう感じですかね。あっちか、まずは。この付近に、まあ川岸に落ちていると
So this is stardust. It just looks like black sand to me.
他にはあるのかい？あったあった。よいしょ。あとはこっちは行けないから川岸っていうぐらいですから、あ、こっち？あそこにもあるのね。へいへいへいへい。あとはどこにあるんじゃい？あと2つはどこにあるのかね。あ、外れちゃった。こっち側か。こっち側のどっかに星のくずがあると。あ、あれか。あと1個。あと1個はどこじゃい？こっち側にはないか。あれか。よーしよしよし。これで星のくず採取完了。
That should be enough for now. Let's see how Gav's getting on.
あそこのアイテムも拾ってと。ガブ拾ってきたぞ。
You finished? How much did you get?
Enough. I hope.
Oh, you win. That might even be enough for old Blackthorn. Hey, before we go, do you mind if we
もう少し
have
付
a
き合え。
chat?
なんか他に野暮用でもあんのか？
Feels like ages since we had the chance to talk.
あ
You know, man
あ、
to man
確か
like.
にね。
It does, doesn't it?
Back when you first took Sid's name, we were talking all the time, working out what to do in that.
There was a lot to work out.
And there still is. Those shoulders of yours starting to feel the strain. Hardly ever see you around the hideaway nowadays. Always on some errand or other. You can take a day off, you know.
ああ、ガブはガブなりに
Spends most of his time behind
心配してくれてるんだ
enemy
な。
Only 'cause you keep sending me there.
まあ、ガブはガブで忙しいと。
lines. I know I can count on you, Gav.
Likewise. So you keep sending me wherever you need to, and I'll keep going. Safe in the knowledge that I have a home to come back to. Thanks to you. Right. That's enough soppy shite for one day. We'd better get this lot back to Blackthorn before he slings his hammer at someone.
You go on ahead. And try to get some rest once you're there.
Oh, I plan to. Believe you me. After Blackthorn gets what he needs, of course.
頼んだぞと。
Right. Ready to go home, boy?
とるからもう帰ろうか。さあじゃあ一気に行っちゃいましょう。待って。どこでしょう。ブラックソン。星のくず取ってきたぞい。
Blackthorn. Got everything you need.
Yeah. Yeah, I do. Cheers for the stardust. Should be enough to be getting on
お
with.
上々か。
We should go out on maneuvers together more often. You know, it beats sneaking around on your tud all the time.
I'll make a start on putting this thermal plating together then. It will take some time, mind. So if you've got other things to be getting on with, I could do without you breathing down my neck.
他によ。
Thank you, Blackthorn. I'll let Mid know construction's underway.
クエストコンプリート。まあそんなにただ行っただけですからね。戦闘も何もない。ただのお使いでございました。
Suppose we'd better be getting back to work too.
Give us a shout if you need anything.
さあ、じゃあ次はまたミドに報告。報告。
If I don't come up with something soon.
You'll be pleased to hear that Blackthorn's started work on the plating.
Excellent. One down, two to go.
So, what's next?
The helm, of course.
ミスリルの
For
兜。
this, we'll be repurposing fallen scrap.
空の文明の遺物を使う。
Salvage from the ruins. I thought that material was all but impossible to work.
Ah, but we don't have to.
そのまま使う。
Sorry.
Just so happens there's one particular ruin that's broken into exactly the
はあはあ
right
はあ、
shape
すで
and
に目
size
星は
pieces
つ
for what we
いて
need.
いる。
What's the name back there? I'll give you all the details.
What's her name? Right.
Oh, Sid, is this about the helm?
研究助手のヘレナさん。
Yes. Mid said I should speak with you.
I'll show you the plans then. Here you see the mithril engine, in which mithril is burned to generate heat. That heat is then harnessed to produce motive force. Excess heat is dealt with by means of the thermal displacement stack, which disperses it into the surrounding air. Now, were we to rely on thermal plating alone to achieve this effect, the rate of excess heat buildup would far exceed the displacement coefficient of the plating. In other words, the reactor would overheat and eventually explode. This is where the helm comes in. It connects to the plating, you see, and serves as a sort of
なるほどね。そのまま
thermal sink to absorb all that
外に逃がすだけじゃなく
Our
て、
experiments
ある程
have
度冷
shown
却もしていく
that
と。
fallen ceramics are remarkably thermophilic. They can withstand and absorb levels of heat far
まあ、
above
飛
anything
空
we
艇
are
の
able to make today.
文明
And
とも
not
ね、
only that,
関係ありますから
they're
ね。
waterproof and immune to rust, making them the perfect material for our protective hood. Why? If sea or rainwater were to enter the reactor proper, it would vaporize instantly. The forces produced would tear the ship from stern to...
You can stop there.
だいぶ専門的な話になってきました
Mid
ね。
said we might be able to use parts of a fallen
で、結局
ruin.
何を回収すればいいんだい？
Ah, yes. It's in Lorbit's
ロストウィン
Pass
グから
near
続くロ
Lostwing.
ベール林道。
The thing is, well, I
凶悪
probably
な魔
should
物
have arranged to have the pieces we need
なるほ
brought
ど、
here
クライブの
sooner.
出番ってわけ
You
です
see,
ね。
a certain unwanted visitor has taken up residence there. It's no longer a matter of just walking in and taking them. It's, going to be considerably more dangerous than that.
I see. Then I suppose I'd better deal with this unwanted visitor for you. Would that help?
Oh, very much. Thank you, Sid. I'll gather my team and head there right away. We'll meet you outside the ruins.
ミスリルの兜を作れー。じゃあ早速向かいましょう。どこだい？あっち、あっち？ああ、はいはいはいはい。どうやって上に行って上に行ってこっちの上ではないね。
Good day to you.
こっち側に行って
The crystals we get from the...
上から行く感じかな。はいはいはい、いい感じですね。こっ ちからあ、この道でいいんですね。はいはいはい、オッケーオッケー。さあ、配信開始から40分ぐらい経ちますが、まだ今回一回も戦闘がね起こっていないっていうね。イベントシーンとお使いで時間が過ぎていきますが、さあさすがにでもこのクエストでは戦闘は必ずありそうですよね。強力な魔物が出てくるっていうので、さあ一体何が出てくるんだい。とりあえず雑魚敵か。もうこの辺はねすぐに片付いちゃいますよ。だいぶ簡単だな。もう13レベルはね全然もう脅威じゃないですからね。お、いた。
Oh, there you are, Sid. Thanks so much for coming. The ruins are just over there, as is the creature I told you about, I'd imagine.
強力な魔物がいると。
Would you mind?
Of course. I'll be right back.
はい、じゃあそれじゃあ行きましょうか。一体何が住み着いているっていうんだい？トルカルが反応している。あ、後ろにリバンタイプか。
This must be our unwanted visitor. Time to go.
ワイルドアリバン。お、早速。何？危ない。よいしょ。なんだ。いきなり隙なない攻撃じゃないか。よいしょ。危ないね。結構手数があるというか。よいしょ。よいしょ。オッケー。ぶっ倒れろ。からのガウジでテイクダウン。オッケー。ヒートライジングだった塩宣告。これは避けきれないんだよな。ぐらいむしょむしょ。オッケー。よーぶっ倒れろ。いいね。ヒートウェーブと相性がいいね。でほっどこいしょ。よいしょ。オッケー。Enemy slain.
The things I do for you, Mid.
Sid! Oh, thank goodness you're safe.
You shouldn't have any trouble now.
Indeed. Well, don't let us keep you.
ヘレナさん頼んだぜ、宿
See that
は。
everything is transported safely back to the hideaway.
All right. I'll let Mid know you're on your way.
Quest complete. お、レベルアップするかな？ OK、36レベル。ブレイブチャーム。さあ、じゃあまたミドのところに行って、次はミスリルの盾かな？
Mid. Helena has recovered the material for the helm. She'll be along shortly.
Excellent. Another job well done.
And just one remaining.
Right. Right, the shielding.
はあはあ
This
は
one's a bit of a
あ。悩
bugger.
みの種。
How so?
The plating's enough to stop the engines going pop, but those things will still be spitting out enough fire to set the
かな
rest
り
of the
高
ship
機能な
ablaze. Which is why you
も
need
のが、
proper
問題
shielding.
はその熱。
A prism for the dragon's breath that's blazing away inside. I thought a triple thick layer of tempered steel might do it. Or more of the stuff that the Fallen
軽
use,
くて
but
丈
they're
夫。
both too heavy. The helm and the plating are bulky enough as it is. Add any more weight and the whole ship would be at the bottom of the briny before we'd even started. I need something light. But I've racked my brains and I just can't think what would do it.
Well, if I were in need of obscure knowledge,
そんな素材があるか。
whose counsel
うん
I
うん
would
う
choose.
ん。
Harpocrates.
知識人の
Yeah.
ハル
well,
ポクラテス
I thought of
に
that,
聞
obviously.
いてみる
I've got all
か。
the details written down here. Can you take this to him? See what he makes of it?
Right away.
OK、じゃあ次はミスリルの盾。さあさあさあ、お使いが続いておりますが、サブクエもね、発生はしているんですが、まあ、とりあえずメインミッションというかメインストーリーは進めていかないとね。もう今、全体の進捗としてどのあたりかも半分超えてんだか超えてないんだかわかんないからな。まあ、長く楽しめる分にはね、いいんですけども。
Harpocrates. Do you have a moment?
For you, Clive, always.
Well, actually, it's for Mid this time.
軽くて丈夫な素材はないかね。
Shielding for a mithril engine. Whatever will that girl think of next? And what are these notes around the edges?
She has some specific requirements for the materials. The shielding needs to be able to resist extreme heat on the inside, and yet remain cool enough on the outside not to set the ship alight, while also being light enough not
ど
to
うか
sink
ね、
it.
ハルポクラテスさん。
She's struggling to find anything that meets her needs.
I see.
I wondered if you might know of a solution, or if you might be able to search the records for one.
Perhaps it is not a different material she
近くにある。
requires, but
お、
a
東
different
大元暮ら
approach.
し？
What do you mean?
Consider the lake we have made our home. Its blighted waters eat away far more quickly than fresh water or even brine, at timber and steel alike.
確かに。
And yet, we have made a home here from
腐
those
食に
very
強い。
materials nonetheless.
We have. But Bardolph must varnish every board twice over to keep it from rotting. And Obelisk complains that without a constant supply of pitch. I see.
Early Gregorian histories
月の
speak of a
雫。
preparation known as moon dew. It is said to be able to resist even the most ferocious flames. Before the dragoons tamed the worms and wyverns of the realm, nobles
ああ、
would
なるほど。
build
ザ
their
ンブレ
castle
ックの
walls with it in order to guard against dragon fire.
知識なんですね。
So if we could recreate it,
It might be applied to some material or other in order to provide the protection Mid requires. As to how best to apply it and to what material, perhaps Bardolph and Obolus might be of assistance. I shall speak to them and see what wisdom they might have to offer. If you would be so kind as to procure the necessary ingredients, I shall discuss the specifics of how it might be most effectively put to use with our two friends. The knowledge of the past may yet prove useful to we of the modern era.
助かるよ、ハルポクラテス。
Thank you, Hippocrates. And since you're asking others to help you, perhaps I should too.
Oh.
So you need a hand, do you?
We do.
女性陣2人
I'll
が
be heading to market for the ingredients we need. I could do with some help. And some company too.
The other can assist me in researching how best to prepare the shielding itself.
Can we count on your aid?
Always.
Well, if Jill's game.
Thank you.
I am sure either of these fine young minds
ま
will
た
prove
また分岐な
indispensable
の
in
ね
my
ここ
research.
何
I leave the decision as to who will go with
なんか
whom
好
in
感度で
your
も上がん
capable
の
hands, Clive.
なんでここ分岐させんの？まあ多分それぞれにイベントが用意されているんでしょうけども。
So, Clive, have you made your decision? Who will accompany you on your little excursion?
まあジルでしょう。
Very well. So then, what do we need to find?
I have taken the liberty of preparing a list. Here.
White chocobo eggs.
チョコボの卵
Pepio
と
nuts. Are you sure this list
Pipio
is
no mi?
right? Everything on here seems very edible. I would have thought the ingredients would be a little more exotic.
Though these items may seem mundane, they have potent effects
うん、
that
ま
are
あなる
rarely
ほどね。
exploited. Effects for which they were once highly prized. So much so, in fact, that they were harvested almost to extinction, hence moon dews having fallen from favor. Now, of course, they can be obtained with ease. You should be able to find everything you need at the market in Northreach.
Is that so? I've been meaning to visit Northreach anyway. I'll set out now. Join me there when you're ready.
I will. Until then.
You two enjoy yourselves.
You too, Talia.
カルヤもタリアで気になるね。どんなイベントがあるのか気になりますが、まあ、とりあえずじゃあノースリーチに。
Now, where's Jill?
ジルはどこにいるのかなあ、違う。
Keep them pilchards nice and chilled.
Are those Pepio nuts? Can never tell.
How goes the hunt for ingredients?
I've only just started. I'm sure everything we need is somewhere amongst all these stalls, though. Why don't we split up and see? We'll take a couple of ingredients each.
All right. What am I looking for?
How about you look for the Pepio nuts
ニ
and
ン
some
ニク
garlic?
とピピオの
I'll
実。
find the other things we need. We can meet by the gate when we're finished.
じゃあ。
You'll not find fresh cut.
八百屋的なところかな
Any friend of the
あ、
innkeeper
ニン
is a
ニク
friend of
が
mine.
ニンニクが普通に売ってら。
I trust it's all here.
あとはあっち。ピピオの実がここで買えると。
What do you want? Go on. Take it.
チョコボが好む赤い木の実。これを食べたチョコボは気分が高揚し、いくらでも走れるようになると言われている。
Thanks for
That's
nothing.
everything. Let's see how Jill's getting on.
お待たせ汁。
Did you find everything?
I did. Here.
garlic, and pepio nuts. Perfect. Now all that remains is for Harpocrates to somehow turn all this into what Mid needs to keep her engine cool.
なんか
But before we head back,
ああ、やっぱりね。
would you walk with me a while?
個別ミッションというかね、個別イベントがあると。トルガル、今狙ってなかった？
Thank you for asking me to help you today. It makes a nice change.
It does. It's good to get away from all the battle and bloodshed for once. Just being here reminds me of when we were children. Do you remember walking down Market Street in Rosalith, taking in the sights and smells?
How could I forget? What with Torgal's antics. Remember how his nose would prick up at the scent of sausages? He'd go racing away and we'd have to go running after him. We wouldn't catch you now, would we, boy?
Was there anything you wanted to buy for yourself while we're here?
There was, yes. Well, sort of. Molly in the kitchens told me about a place that sells particularly good pies. Thought you might like to share one with me.
Pie?
Thank you.
And I saw some bread.
めっちゃ見てるよ。トルガルめっちゃ見てるよ。
Big white cobs like the baker back in Rosalith used to make. What do you think? I thought we might get some soup to dip it in. But then I tried to
結構
slice the butcher's
ジルは
strike
結
you
構
down and it was just...
食い意地が張ってる感じ？
You're right.
Sorry. It's just... you're right. I really
まあ
do
そう
feel
だよ
like a child
な。
again being here with you. Clive. Is it wrong of me to enjoy this?
No, Jill. This is how life should be. And it's how our lives will be when our work is finally done. When we can live on our own terms.
I hope so. Thank you, Clive. Well, I suppose we better be getting back. I need to give these ingredients to Harpocrates and Talia. I'll see you at the hideaway.
Take care.
I will. You too.
はい。ということで、ガブと同じく、まあ、ジルのイベントがありましたね。じゃあ、戻って。さあ、これで材料は全部揃うのかな？
How's work on the shielding progressing, Harpocrates?
Well, very well indeed. And thanks in no small part to your kind assistance. I was just explaining to Talia how we might best go about preparing the moon dew. And now that we have all the ingredients, we may begin.
You can count on me. I've mixed more than a few mysterious concoctions in my time.
I'm sure you have. What about the shielding itself?
Work is underway, under the watchful eyes of Bardolph and Obolus.
投稿も順調にできていっていて、薬の調合もタリアに任せると。
Right then. Jill, would you join me in the infirmary? Many hands make light work and all that.
Of course. Oh, and Clive, thank you. It was nice just being with you.
これ何かに、この先の何かに影響するのかな？ わざわざこんな分岐を作ったのは何かに影響するのかな？
I was enjoying playing the man of action for once. When both the shielding and the moon dew are ready, it will merely be a matter of applying the one to the other. Followed by a rigorous process of testing and retesting, of course. Perhaps Someone ought to warn young Mid of that.
Leave it to me. Thank you, Hippocrates.
Quest complete. さあ、やっとのこさ。やっとのこさ、これでミスリルの盾、兜と鎧が揃いますね。配信開始から1時間経ってようやく。
Sorry to keep you waiting, Mid. But you'll be pleased to know that work on the shielding is underway.
You found something for it?
In a manner of speaking, Hippocrates knew of a substance that's highly resistant to heat, a coating that should provide the protection you need. He's supervising the construction and testing of the shielding as we speak.
Brilliant! I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Don't thank me. I'm just the errand boy.
Right then, better start working out how to bolt all these bits together. To the Black Hammer!
You know, when I got into the smithing game, I thought I'd be making swords and shields, not thermal bleeding didgeridoo-dahs.
Displacement stacks.
Same difference. Whatever you call it, I ain't putting it together in here. It's cramped enough as it is.
お、もっと広い工房が必要。
Let's take this outside. Mid, you get all the parts lined up on the deck. I'll take care of the rest.
On my way!
Oh, and bring me the biggest hammer you can find. This is gonna require some precision walloping.
役的には承知だけど、言語的には笑ってるだけだったな。しばらくして。お、何やら出来上がってますね。こいつがミスリル装備？
It's finished! It's
あ
finally
あ、排
finished!
熱装置。
Fuck for that. I'll be feeling my hammer
ブ
after
ラック
weeks.
ソーンのお墨
Thank
付き。
you, Clive, Blackthorn, everyone. That's one down and just 3 more to go.
あと3
I'm
機。
sorry.
Oh, didn't I tell you? The Enterprise has 4 mithril engines and we'll be needing a displacement stack for each.
You don't mean...
Don't worry. Now they've got a finished one to work off. My gang in Canva can build the rest.
Good luck to them, I say. Right, I'm off to get a sling for this elbow. Any other work comes in, keep it to yourselves, eh?
はい。で、排熱装置が子供たちも見てるな。ああ、出来上がりまして。またミドと話す。はい。
What's the matter?
Nothing. Just daydreaming. Thinking about the Enterprise sailing off over the horizon to shores
遠
unknown.
い海の向こうを
Searching for
調
a
べる
land
ため。
untouched by the blight. Just like me and my
ああ、
dad
なるほ
planned.
どね。
So if the worst came to the worst and every scrap of soil in the twins turned black,
箱舟的
we might
な
still have a
感じ
chance.
かな。
That's what she was meant to be. You see, one last chance just in case we needed it. But now she's so close to being finished, I've realized I don't want it to be that. I don't want it to be just a lifeboat for us to cling to if things get
うんうんう
desperate.
ん。
I want people to sail aboard her by choice, not from the lack of it. In a world where we're not just trying to survive, but where
ああ、
we
いい
can
ね。
actually
楽しく
live.
船旅。
I'm working on that. And I'll do everything I can to get you what you want.
Don't you always? All right. My mind's made up. As soon as the Enterprise is fit to sail, I'm putting her under your command.
暗い部に預ける。
Sod our plans. I'm trusting in yours.
Are you sure about this?
Something tells me it's what my dad would have wanted.
He'd be proud of you.
You were gonna visit his grave
ああ、そういえば
later.
ね。
I was.
当初の目的はお墓参りでしたね。
Right. There's just one thing I need to finish up first. Won't be a mo.
All right. I'll let Otto know you're coming. Meet us in the mess when you're ready.
Aye, aye, Captain.
あ、サブクエも達成しましたが、まあとりあえずどんどんと。
All right, Clive. Asterix. We'd finished sending half the hideaway traipsing across the twins, has she? I swear, that girl'd do anything to put off visiting her old dad's grave. No excuses now, though, eh?
Not quite. She said there was one final thing she had to take care of. I'm sure she'll be finished soon enough.
She said that? In those words?
She did, yes.
Clive? Were you born yesterday or something? There is no
面倒事から逃げてくる上徳。なんだって？
I might still be able to catch her.
なんだってそんな。
Obelus, have you seen Mid?
Yep.
出てた。なんだって？
Going that way.
Then I'm too late.
You in a hurry and all, are you? Oh, I offered to take her across, but she wouldn't wait. Just paid for a dinghy and rowed off. Oars going like the clappers.
なぜ逃げる？
Got some life in her, ain't she? But anyway, I was on my way up to see you, as it happens. Got a letter for you. Urgent, by the sound of it. One of your uncle's men said I was to hand it to you in person, post bleeding haste. And you're here now.
ラザフォードかな？ラザフォードからの手紙？
What tidings, uncle?
おじさんは一体何を？おじよりクライブへ、自由都市カンベルの知人から奴が支援しているエンタープライズのことを聞いた。わしも後押しするとしよう。だが話によれば無許可の大型船の造船にカンベルの役人どもが嗅ぎ回っているようだ。このままでは手回しした新たな港の、建築にも影響が出る。そこでガブ君の力を借りられないだろうか。連中の動きを探るのに一役買ってもらいたい。
Trouble in Canva. Well,
まあね、やぶさかではないですよね。
So what? Mid got us to do all the dirty work and then just sailed off into the sunset?
It seems that way.
Well, nothing we can do about it now. But next time you plan on visiting Sid, you might want to tie her to something before you suggest it.
Ah, don't be so hard on her. Gotta admit, the dirty work was kind of fun. Everyone pitching in, all that bollocks. Just like when we built this place.
You're right.
Anyway, we all set to head to the old hideaway. I could do with getting to Canva pretty sharpish. Wouldn't do to keep Lord Rosfield of the Seven High Houses waiting now, would it? Not after he asked for me personally.
Gav will be leaving with me. Will you mind the place while we're gone?
You can count on me. Just be sure to give Sid and the others my regards. All right.
Oh, by the way, Jill will be joining us too. She's got some things to take care of, but she'll meet us there.
なるほど。ジルは現地集合ね。へいへいへいへい。ってことで、シドの旧隠れ家跡地へレッツゴー。旧隠れ家跡地、風の大陸中央部。ああ、ここはね、石碑代わりというか。ああ、シドのテーマ。
Well, Sid, I remember what you told me. That if no one is listening to what you have to say, you may as well not say it. But I will say this, old friend. Hugo Kuka is gone. His shadow looms over us no longer.
伝わるといいですね。
It's a pity the Phoenix can't be in two places at once. If he'd have been with us, maybe he could have done something for the lost.
Not even the Phoenix can bring people back from the dead. Life has a beginning and an end. So we must live while we have the chance. And not as slaves to the crystals, but as free men.
May we join you?
あれグッズも。あ、カロンばあさんも。
Lady Karen, what a pleasant surprise.
I thought I'd drop by and see how you were all doing before heading off to restock my supplies. It wasn't the most scenic view back then, but it were never as bad as this.
I know. The blight marches on. And soon, there will be no escaping sights like these. So our mission remains unchanged. We cannot stop until every mother crystal is gone, and their thirst for ether with them. The only one that remains in Storm is Drake's tail in the crystalline dominion.
Our next target.
We're going to Twinside.
自治療島へついに。
It's the capital of the Empire these days. I wouldn't like to think how tightly guarded they've got the place. Not that that'll stop you, but we do well to scout it out before you go charging in.
We would indeed.
If you're off to the Dominion, you can take this great
Oh,
lump
good
with
so.
you.
Goods.
Oh, I am sorry. Have you forgotten you're the most wanted man in the Twins? I thought you might like to disguise yourselves as the attendants of a travelling trader, assuming you've no better ideas. You wanted to buy yourself some tools, didn't you? Well, now's your chance.
めちゃくちゃ
You letting me go?
嬉しそうだな。
Oh, thanks, Nan. Stop that! You'll break me bones, you break the loot. There's a caravan that runs back and forth between the Dominion and the Bocklad markets. It's managed by the Merchants Guild. Just show them Goots' traders pass, and you'll be on your way. It'll be a damn sight less risky than footing it the length of the Crystal Road. That's for sure.
Thank you, Karen. And glad to have you with us, Goots.
Okay then. I'll get me things and I'll meet yous there. See yous down in Bocklad.
Get off! Me poor fingers!
Jill, you're with me.
Understood.
And Gav,
Already on my way, Captain.
be careful.
Aren't I always?
Do you see that, Sid? Your protege's making a proper little outlaw of himself.
グーツはご機嫌だな。お、ここから次はレトニ教国かな。ダルメキア共和国領ですね。じゃあ行きましょう。ダルメキア共和国領東部。クリスタル自治領へ。
How are you feeling?
Better. Thanks to Taya.
I'm glad to hear it.
And Torgal helped too. Didn't you, boy?
はい、じゃあとりあえずクリスタル自治領へ向かうために、ここは行き止まり。僕らの市場へとりあえず向かいましょう。
This used to be a trade route for merchants crossing the Scars, till the Republic laid a new road wide enough to let wagons pass, and all official traffic moved there.
Leaving this one for those living
あ、
outside.
野党がいるのか。なるほどね。
Indeed. I doubt we'll be the only outlaws on the trail today.
ああ、綺麗な川が見えておりますが、さてさてさてさて、敵さん、お、植物系かな。さあ本日2回目の戦闘。やっとのこさ2回目の戦闘か。よいしょ。うん、全然楽勝ですね。さあさあさあさあさあ、どんどんと行って、あ、サブクエの人がいる。ついでだし話しかけていっちゃおうかな。
So what do you think? Really? It's as bad as
傭
that?
兵のつべっこ。
Oh, aye. There's trouble up ahead.
傭兵のヨナッシ
And
ュ。
too much of it for us to handle.
I take it there's danger on the road.
Oh, what about this fearsome-looking fellow? You think he'd be equal to the task?
Oh, no doubt. Assuming he's
何か
willing
お
to
困
hear
り
us
かい？
out. Well met, friend. My brother and I have been tasked with
荷
finding
馬
the
車を探して
merchant's
いる。
missing
はいはい
carts.
はいはい。
You seen it by any chance?
How does a merchant misplace his cart?
Oh, the man's a coward. When he thought goblins might come a-snarling, he ran,
あらら。
leaving his livelihood
野
abandoned
党
in
に
the
奪われ
pass.
ちまったんじゃないか。
He sent the two of us to fetch it, but it's gone. Now, I'm not much of a thinker, but I know the work of thieves when I see it.
My brother's right on all accounts. And by my estimation, the bastards are lying in wait just down the road.
We may have seen our share of action, true, but we've not got the skill in arms
野
to
党の
hold
根城が。
brave an
はいはいはいは
ambush.
い。
You, however, have the look of a man who needn't fear a band of backwater ruffians. What do you say? Will you help us out? Chances are they'll come for you either way. But if you promise to lend us a hand,
まあしょうがないね。そう言われちゃったらやるしかないでしょう。
Well, if I'm going to have to deal with them anyway.
You've clearly got a fine head on those broad shoulders.
we're lucky you came along. Now, hoping to make a heavy purse in Boklad, our merchant friend loaded his cart with as much as it would carry. Reckon he won't be forking over the rest of our fee if we don't find those goods. So, while you're seeing to those bandits, you keep your eyes open.
All right. Just don't expect me to drag the cart out of there myself.
No.
積み荷はね、食料のなおさらもう食われちまってんじゃないか。つべっことヨナシュ。まあとりあえず荷馬車はまあ確かになんかちょっと裏がある感じかな。よいしょ。あー、後ろからよいしょ。はーい。エグゼ本日初めての半権限。よいしょ。さあ勘を取り戻したいところ。全然戦闘してないからな。あ、やばいエリアルブラストあんまり意味がない気がするが、何をやっているラムジャスティスは今違うんだよ。あ、痛い。OK、終わった。
That's them dealt with. Now, where's that cart?
さあさあさあ、野党どもを倒しまして。お、荷馬車あるじゃないか。ただボロボロだな、もう。
Getting all of this out of here will be a nightmare.
Seems we found ourselves the right man for the job, wouldn't you say?
Found the cart and didn't leave a single bastard breathing. Our merchant friend will be delighted.
And how exactly will he be getting his goods out of here?
You leave that to us. After all, it'd be wrong to make such a fine warrior haul cabbages to market.
You've done your part. And that's all you need to worry about. Here. It's been a pleasure. Now piss off.
シェンベラ兄弟。
There's no need to be so rude, brother. What if we want his help again next time?
なんか怪しいね。またどこかで会いそうだな。まあいいか。とりあえず先を急ぎましょうか。なんかアイテムとかあったりするのかな。ちょっと探索。何もないかな。ああ、一本道かな。はい。
I see the Dalmex lag behind Rosaria when it comes to bridge building.
The fallen ruin should hold at least.
ああ、遺跡にかけられている。へいへいへい。
Path continues on the other side.
また変わった地形というか。で こっちね。へいへいへい。あ、これは敵だよね。おお、こんな近くにいた。痛い。あとはこいつだけ。ひょーい。あ、こいつもいた。オッケー。さあ、ここの先はなんだ？何の音だ？あー、大爆風。ナイアガラ、あー、ゼメキス大爆風。
So this is Zemeckis.
The land of the gods. It's even more impressive than I imagined. I remember being captivated by the story as a child.
いいですね。こんなね、場所を見てみたいですね。ナイアガラとか。
Avarice and challenged the gods in a bid to win their power. A final battle took place here, at these falls. Or so the legend goes.
決戦の地。
If anyone ever manages to plumb those depths, perhaps we'll learn if there's any truth to the tale.
That the gods emerged victorious and punished man for his defiance by visiting upon him 2 curses.
Dominants and bearers. To tell the truth, I always thought it strange that the dominants and their icons were deemed a curse. Back home, the dominant inherited the throne. They were admired and exalted, not spurned. Whenever I got to that part of the story, I always assumed there must be something I'd misunderstood.
You had a lot of storybooks, didn't you? In your room, I mean. When we were young.
The old legends were always my favorites. Epic battles between gods and men.
神話大好き少年だったのかな。
Father encouraged me to read as much as I could. He thought it good for my education.
You really were a boy like any other, weren't you?
Just look at this place. It's enough to make you believe the legends are true.
I know.
We're not far from Boklad. The road will be busier up ahead.
And we'll have to keep our wits about us. Clive? Something wrong?
Nothing. It's nothing.
Oh, 洞窟。ここはザンブレク、新豆腐。ああ、ついに。ああ、新工具謁見室。ディオンかな
I see the reports are true, Father. You have surrendered the throne to Olivier.
I have. Emperor Olivier shall rebuild the Holy Empire of Sambrek.
How is he to rule an empire? He is but a boy.
ああ、どうなる
I shall advise him until he comes of age.
Father, please.
Or for as long as I am able. The empire we seek to build needs young blood to rule it. and I can think of none better suited.
ディオンでもいいじゃないか。
There is other news, Dion. Hugo Kupka is dead, and Drake's Fang destroyed. The pillars of the Republic have fallen. Ere long, the Imperial banner shall fly over every city in Storm. And then, Valisthea. All shall bow.
なんか野望が見え隠れしてんな。
Father, these are the words of a tyrant.
They are the words of a god. The Emperor whom I gladly serve. Great Greeker, made flesh.
あらら。
Return to your camp, Dion, and ready your forces. It is time to show the world the true power of Sanbreque.
Father, I find you much changed. Is this truly the path you wish to tread? Or are these the ambitions of another?
ディオンも。あ、
of Ultima.
ジョシュアに。
What nonsense is this? I speak my mind, and my mind only. Though I do owe Annabella thanks for reminding me of certain truths regarding the nature of nations, of rulers, and of the divine.
そう、この売国奴め。
You would trust the words of this traitress.
そうだよ、売国奴だよ、あいつは。そうだ、そうだ、ディオン。
You have ever been an invaluable servant to Sanbreque, Prince Dion. I trust you will continue to serve your emperor in the wars to come.
The canker! Silence! Insolent wretch! You will bend the knee. All else is heresy.
Sire, forgive me.
This audience is over.
引き下がっちゃうの、ここで。
Come, your radiance. The Rowena Syndicate awaits your pleasure.
Oh, not another meeting with silly old men. They're so
なんかあの人
boring.
形、目光ってんな。
I'm hungry, Father. Can't we have luncheon instead?
Does it pain you that you will not inherit your father's throne?
I have suffered worse.
Count your blessings, Dion. For a base-born child to be chosen by Bahamut is miracle enough. You have risen high on his wings, but you shall rise no
こいつは
higher,
マジで
lest
も
your
う。
impure blood stain the throne.
What do you know of my blood?
The Boklab markets are to the north. We just need to hug the coast.
はい。かなりね、荒れてますね、あっちは。ディオンの方はかなり荒れてるな。どうなっちまうんだ？ディオンがあのまま引き下がって、言われるがままになってしまうのか。でもジョシュアとは会話してる。お、びっくりした。 OK。はいはいはい。なんかあったりするの？別に何もここはないのか？何もないんだ。まあ、ティオンはジョシュアと会話してて何かしらの情報は得ているものの、そこで多分ね、アルテマの情報とかも手に入れてるんでしょうけども。なんかいんな、ヘルカン。
His troops are well trained and increasingly battle hardened. But it's not as if we can wait for the siege to end.
さあ、じゃあこいつとも戦ってみましょうか。はいはいはいはい。お、よいしょ。下行くの？見えない。なほう。痛い。よいしょ。痛いね。さっさとぶっ倒れやがれ。よいしょ。さあ、お前の攻撃なんぞそう簡単に当たってたまるものかいや。よいしょ。OK、中上がり。ああ、はいはいはい。向こう側に行くのね。よし。あ、人もいる。人通りがね、あるとは言っていたので、商人たちがいるのかな。この街道かな？街道沿いに行けばモンスターがそんなにいないのかな？
More refugees.
ああ、難民か。
And they're all making for the crystalline dominion.
Because they don't know how to live without the crystal's blessing. お、僕らの市場に着きました。
This is where we're supposed to meet Goots, isn't it?
That's right. He said he'd wait for us here after replenishing his supplies. I dare say he'll have finished by now.
あれ、なんだあれは。ああ、井戸か。はいはいはいはい。ああ、一応ショップも見ておくかい。ここに来て攻撃力の高い武器も売ってるな。まあ、とりあえずいいや。僕らの市場ダルメキア共和国領。精が出るね。
How much for a measly crust of bread? You won't find any cheaper, not nowadays. They are more than welcome to look.
The Empire's unlawful and illegitimate occupation of the crystalline dominion is still in effect. Only those whose business in Twinside has been officially approved by the Republican Army will be permitted to cross the border. All who seek entry are to form a line and ready their documents for inspection.
クフカを撃った本人だぞ。
We aren't the only ones who are eager to leave.
And they're checking everyone.
Can't you make an
Not for the likes of you.
We won't get through without that pass. Let's go and find Good, shall we? He must be around here somewhere.
グッズはどこにいるのかねと。あ、いた。
I'll take the large one.
Ah, good. There you are.
Clive, I'm so
なんだ、
sorry.
どうした
Don't
グ
tell
ッズ
Mum, will you?
Slow down, Goods. Just tell us what happened.
It's me trader's pass. It's gone.
何やってんだ
Can't
い。
ride the caravan without it. We won't even be able to get through the flipping checkpoint.
Do you remember when you last saw it?
It was in my pocket a minute ago.
すられてるんじゃねえかよ、もう。
You don't think that they might
何やってんだい、グッ
Wouldn't
ズ。
surprise me. A busy market like this is prime territory for pickpockets.
So, to get the pass back, we need to find this child. Where would we even start?
I know where. I've got a pal in Bocklad who might be able to help us. No one knows more about what goes on round here than she does.
Where do we find her?
She's the owner of the Crimson Caravans up that
赤の
way.
正体。
Sign's got a red chocobo on it.
No time like the present.
You two go on ahead. I'm gonna check the rest of my stuff, make sure no one else is missing.
All right. We'll meet you there.
まったくもう、グッズはドジっ子なんだから。
And the other on our purses.
なんだって赤の正体。ここか。どなたでしゃろね。このいかにもな場所ではない。あ、宝箱がある。こっちではなくて、あそこにいる人？違うな。あそことかそういうことじゃなくて、ここか。
Looking to hire a coach? It's 10 million for a two-birder to the
1000万ギル。
Take it or leave it.
Oh, we're not here for that.
Then I bid you good day.
Oh, wait! Don't go, El. He's me mate.
As I live and breathe. Goots.
エル・イーズさん。へいへいへい。
I gather Lady Karen didn't send you. So what trouble have you got yourself into this time?
It's me trader's pass. It got stolen. By a little bairn.
Of all the... You're the size of a marble. Honestly. Ugh.
Goots told us that you know the markets well. Might you have an idea which little bairn could have done this?
We don't intend to punish them. We just need our pass back. Then, we can be on our way.
I see. So neither of you has a trader's pass either.
まあいかにも。
Not that anyone would take you for traders, but I suppose that's why you came to me, correct? Now, I can't say for sure who took your pass, but I suspect I know why they did it.
心当たりはある。
Let me
はいはいはい。
Ever since the Fist marched on the Dominion, the Republic has been clamping down on any commerce that might aid the Empire more than it does us. Which means traders' passes have gone from being merely a way of easing one's progress to being essential if one wishes to cross the border at all. And with demand outstripping supply, they've become a precious commodity.
なるほどね、偽装も横行していると。
So the children are stealing passes to sell on the black market?
Yes and no. Passes are inscribed with the names of their owners. And yet none of the victims' names have appeared on the register of those passing through the checkpoint. That someone is doctoring the stolen passes. The same someone who is encouraging the children to steal them. And the same someone who has Goots's pass, no doubt. Whoever they are, they're ruining the livelihoods of honest merchants, which is why we've decided to take a stand. Will you stand with us?
Oh.
You want to get your pass back? And we want to ensure that no more are stolen. Catch whoever's behind it all, and two birds shall be slain with a single stone.
Is there any other way of getting to the Crystalline Dominion, Goots?
They won't let you in if you're not with the caravan. It's that, I don't know, try swimming across the strait. But the guards will definitely spot you if you try and do that. Like, we don't want to get spotted,
まあそうだよな。目立つ行動は
So either we find the people who
できないですもんね。
or give up all hope of entering the Dominion.
なら、利害は一致している。
We'll help.
Thank you kindly. But I don't know your name. Eloise at your service.
シードだ。
Clive.
あ、クライブだった。どっちを名乗ってるのかわかんないんだよな。あ、この人の信頼の証ね。はいはいはいはい。
The proprietor of the furniture makers by the coach stop is spearheading the search. Wear that, and he will know you for a friend. I suggest that you speak with him first.
The furniture makers. Understood.
奪われた証人札。はい、というわけで、グッズが子供に証人札をすられちゃいまして、で、今度はその子供、犯人を捕まえるというか元締めに渡ってしまったから、その元締めを懲らしめるためにエイルーズさんに協力して、解決していくっていう形ですね。はい。というわけで、じゃあ今日はちょっとこの辺りにしようかな。ちょっと今日はイベントとか会話シーンが多めでしたが、また次回もですね、ファイナルファンタジー16はお酒もしくはノンアルコールソフトドリンクを飲みながらやってまいりますので、もしよければまた見に来ていただけると嬉しいです。それではまた次回。